Good night, how everyone doing tonight? God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Irma J, a spiritual divine. I'm here to give you a word on tonight. It's gonna be short and sweet. And the topic gonna be the parable of the lost sheep. And that was something Jesus had taught on. He was teaching the disciples. Um, Now Jesus stresses that when a shepherd finds a lost sheep, he rejoices over it more than a 99 who did not go astray. Now this is how God will rejoice when a sinner returns to him. Now, this story is gonna be about 100 sheep, but this only one gonna run away. That's just like when you're in church and you get saved. When you get saved, the angels in heaven rejoice over you getting saved. Even in church, if that one person stand up, you know how the pastor said, well, if you want to get saved, only if one person stand up in church and get saved. You know, angels is jumping up and down, dancing up in heaven around because you got saved. That's a lost soul is getting saved. The story gonna come from Matthew chapter 18, 10 through 14. Okay, start at 10. See that you do not look down on one of these little ones. For I tell you that their angels in heaven always see the face on my Father in heaven. What do you think? If a man own 100 sheep and one of them wander away, will he not leave the 99 on the hill and go look for the one that's wandered off? Now, what would you do if you have 100 sheep and one run away? Will you set the 99 down and go look for that one, or you just tend to the 99? Now, see what Jesus was teaching. It was like you leave the 99 right there. They don't need to be saved. The one that wandered off, that means his soul. That means he lost. He needs to be saved. So you're supposed to leave that 99 and go look for the one that wandered off. Because the one that wandered off is the one that needs to be saved. You have to realize, when Jesus was with his disciples, a lot of time, Jesus always was around sinners. His disciples used to get mad. He used to always talking about, why you always sitting at the table with sinners. Jesus come down here to save souls. And the one that don't need to be saved, they don't need his attention. His attention goes to the lost soul. So if Jesus got 99 disciples that already saved, but one ran off because the one is confused and his soul is lost, that's the one Jesus gonna go after. Because that's what his job is, to help. That's why every time I talk to somebody, I'm always writing the scriptures down for to make it through the day. What you doing? I always give it to someone. Because if someone interested in reading something that you writing out for that day to motivate somebody, that's the person you want to give that to. You want to help someone that's very interested in what you doing. Because they got so many people not interested in the Bible. They see how you accomplish and seeing what you doing. They're gonna want. They're just like with Ruth, with Mary. That's just like with them. Ruth say, I want to go where you go. I want to serve your God that you serve. She saw how the mother-in-law loved the God. Praising God all the time. She wanted to be like her mother. So I'm gonna so 99 on the hill and go look for the one that run off. Now Jesus told him, you leave the 99 right there and you go look for the one that's lost. And if he find, I tell you the truth, he is happier and about that one sheep. Now he's saying his fault. Now he's saying only if one person gets saved, his Father in heaven is happy and pleased, because that's one soul that got saved. So it doesn't matter. You try to save one person, that one person's soul got saved. So Jesus always was sitting around sinners. Look at Matthew. Matthews always was getting over on somebody. But what Jesus did, talked to him and told him to follow him. And Matthew changed his life around. He was one of God's disciples. So some people lives can change and turn around. Some people want to change and they got some people don't. So Jesus told Matthew to come follow him. And he was a changed man. So he said he is happy about that one sheep than about the 99 that did not wander off. So in the same way your Father in heaven is not willing that any of these little ones should be lost. So he says his Father in heaven wasn't worrying about the 99. He worrying about the one that round off. And so that's the one you want to leave that 99 right there and go find the one that run off. Because the one that run off, he confused. He lost. So when they're confused and they're lost, they need guidance. They need guidance. So that's why Jesus was always talking in parables to telling the story and make sure they get it. So it's not about preaching and hooping and hollering. It's about for someone to receive that word. To receive that word and understand what they receive. So Jesus never hoop and holler. He taught. He taught. He teach them in parables. He'll teach them in a way they should get it. So and it was like he was attached, like he was able to sense someone that needs to be saved. You know, so like Matthew, he was just getting over on people, going up on the taxes, doing this and doing that. And they got some people like at the beginning that said you do not look down on no one. But if somebody beneath you, don't look down on. Still treat them like they're on the same level. So when we get blessed, we don't look down on nobody. It said at the beginning, see that you do not look down on no one, no little ones. You know what that means? That anybody that's under us, we cannot look down on. And treat them that their Lord did nothing. We cannot do that. Jesus never looked down on nobody. He treated everybody the same. He was sitting around sinners, eating at the table with them, and cleaned their foot. Remember he washed their foot. So really we talking about lost souls, still the sheep. But Jesus always talking parables. And us preachers, we have to figure out what the story means when he telling you stories in parables. So really we talking about lost souls. And it's better to look for that one lost soul than 99. So you got 99 people saved already. They already know God's word. You let them stay right there. You go look for the one that's running off, because the one that's running off is confused and lost. So when one person gets saved, the angels in heaven is dancing around and happy. That soul, that lost soul had got saved. When you get saved, it goes up to heaven. Your ancestors is all up there. They're dancing around. They're shouting for joy. You know. And so that's what this story pretty much about. Not pretty much not sheep. Lost soul. So 100 sheep, 99 did not run off with that one. You're always gonna run behind that one. Because the one that ran off is the one that's confused and lost. The one that gonna need guidance. Gonna need guidance. The one that 99 that you have already, they're alright. They know God's word already. So we always that just like me every time I told somebody. That just last weekend. I was at the park, and some of them was talking about like